Alright, here we go with my look at Transformers Generation Scourge. Before we get started talking about the toy here, let's go through the character bio. And I got the back of the packaging here. I'm just going to kind of read that off to you. As you can see there, it's got the picture of him in his alt mode, his robot mode. Up in here is the little bio. So it says here, little is known about the origin of the immensely powerful hunter known as Scourge. He rarely speaks and never reveals his secrets. Few who encounter him survive to tell the tale. Most often, he descends on his target from the sky, lays waste to all who oppose him, and disappears back into the darkness of space. So that's his little bio there. And let's bring him back now and kind of talk about his alt mode here a little bit. As you can tell there, he's a flying wing aircraft of some kind. I believe on the package there it refers to him as a recon jet. So this is his recon jet mode here. Pretty cool alt mode. I'm not too crazy about it though. I think mainly they could have done with some extra paint apps in here to kind of break up all this white on him. I think it would have maybe just made it look a little bit better. It's pretty cool. It's you know, it's not the greatest alt mode, but it's kind of cool nonetheless. Does have some landing gear here on the underside. They're rather small though, and even when you have them deployed here, it doesn't really look like they're there. It sits just really low to the ground. And the other thing about the landing gear here is this part here in the rear, this one back here, is really kind of hard to get out. You really need to get some like long nails, fingernails, or some kind of thing to wedge in there and kind of pull it out. At least on mine, that's the way it is. It's rather difficult to get it out. The ones here in the front aren't really that hard to get out at all though. So let's go ahead and fold the landing gear up. And when you fold up this landing gear here, you should be able to pull his head up here and kind of recreate the scene from the original '86 movie where he has his head peeking up there in his alt mode. So that's a kind of cool little touch. Now let's just go ahead and push it down. And let's go ahead and transform him now. So first of all, what you want to do is just kind of flip him around here and unhook his wings here. These parts here, just kind of rotate them like that. Now they're on these little posts here and they kind of tab in here, but they're very easy to pop off. It doesn't take a whole lot of force to pop these out. So as I'm going through this transformation here, you might see these wings pop off, and even if you get this guy, yours might probably have the same problem. So once you get that out of the way like so, kind of grab his arms here and move them out, and then you can get your finger in here and just kind of lift this little panel up, and that'll free his legs here. They're kind of tabbed in place there. And then also you want to kind of bend them down to unhook them from this panel back here in the rear, and that's going to free up his legs. And now you can just take and pull them apart like that, and then just rotate these like so. And that's going to just kind of free up his legs there, and we'll come back to his legs here in a little bit. The next part is to get this rear part here, and this is a little tricky. It's on this little arm right here, and this whole thing will swing up, so just kind of do that here. Swing it up like that, and if you can, get his arms rotated forward, because this whole thing's got to swing sort of inward now, like that. And then you want to kind of push it down, and see these holes here, there's some little posts here, they're going to tab in there. And let's go ahead and move his head back like that, and that's going to rotate this little thruster here, and this little slotted hole here will go over that. Next thing to do would be to push this little panel up here, which is going to form his chest. It kind of fills out this gap and it'll kind of push his arms out. So let's kind of get those wings out of the way and just push that up like so. There you go. Now you can see his shoulder joints are up where they should be. And let's go ahead and pull his head up all the way. There we go. So there's his head, like that. Now once you get that done, you can rotate this upper body part around and have his legs facing the right way. And you can just rotate the legs towards you like so. And to do his feet, you just gotta kind of pull them out here. Actually, not pull them out, you gotta kind of like just bend them back and then swing them forward. So kind of go back like that. And that's his feet there. And let's just kind of make sure we got his knees kind of straightened out here. Okay, now let's finish up his little backpack here. You want to take this part here and just kind of fold it up so it's flush like that. And then this part, you got to kind of bend it all the way down and then bend it in, like I said, so that those tabs line up here. It can be a little tricky. But it should just kind of go something like that. So that it kind of just folds in there and sits as close as possible to his back there. And then his wings here, you just got to fold them in, and they should kind of tab in here like that. And then you could also, they're kind of like double jointed, so they fold like that. So you got to kind of swing them in and then swing these outer parts like that. And there you go. So that's his backpack there. Now to do his arms here, you want to just bend this part down, and same thing here, and then pull it out like that. You'll see it's on this like little bar here, and then you just want to rotate them around so that they're in the opposite positions. And you can see there now that's going to form his shoulder part, and then just push this back in like that. And that forms his shoulder. So let's do the same here, like that. Just pull it out, rotate it, go like that. And there's his forearms, and then his hands here, some little tabs here. That'll just pull out his little fists right there on the underside. And he's got the red sort of painted nails or fingers, like he had in the movie / cartoon series. And with that, you now have him in his robot mode. Oops. Didn't get his arm all the way done there. Now he's a little fidgety here in his robot mode because of that backpack. It's a little heavy, kind of makes him want to fall back. You just got to kind of line everything up here, and he should stand okay. Like that. Just kind of stand him up like that. Okay, now then, let's go ahead and zoom in here and just kind of take a look at him up close with the detail of him. So there he is there. Pretty cool looking figure. I like the head. They really captured him there. It does have some pretty good light piping there, although the way my lighting is here, you probably can't see it all that well. You can see it right back in there. So if you catch it in the light, it should shine through. Has some nice blue light piped eyes. But there he is there. He's got his little like Fu Manchu mustache and beard there. And I like the little Decepticon emblem there on his chest there. That's kind of cool looking. Not too crazy about all these little screws that you see there. I wish maybe they could have had it where you rotate it around the other way and the screws are on the back side somehow. I think that would have made it look a little bit better. But let's just kind of go on down through here. And like I said, he's got the little red painted hands or fingers. There's his legs. Not too crazy about the way they did his feet here. I think the legs on him are a little weak looking. I don't know, I think they maybe could have done them a little bit better. They're kind of just chunky looking and just real plain compared to the upper body part here. They don't quite match this upper body part here, in my opinion, I don't think. And let's kind of zoom him around here, rotate him around, I mean. And just look at him on the back side. He does have a rather large backpack there with those wings. The cool thing about the wings though is if you rotate them like this, these actually act as the storage for his weapons, and you just gotta open them up here. See if I can get that open. Let's see, or is it this? Yeah, right here. So I got them kind of laying down here. I'm doing some surgery on them here, but there we go. See, and they open up like that, and he has his weapon there. He has two parts to his weapon here. He's got this part here, and this other part there. So I think that's kind of a cool thing, that the way they did this here. They made some use of his wings here. They just didn't have him as a solid piece, so that's kind of cool. Here's his actual blaster part here. You just pop that out, and you can close these back up like so. So let's stand him back up here. And he's got this part here, and it folds up. Both of these kind of fold up. So he's got like a little blaster here, and he's got this little guy here, and it's got the little peg here and the little clip here. So it uses the same little clip system that some of these other figures have. And I think he has some ports back here somewhere. It looks like he's got some ports here and here. And so I forgot to mention this, but when you do have him in the alt mode, you should be able to make use of those ports and put his weapons there and have them like on the underside of the flying wing. But you can combine these two pieces onto his gun here, or you can have them hold them, because they got the tabs here on either one, as you can see there. So you could put one in each hand, or you could just flip this one like that in and push this down here so that it connects onto the top, and now he's got like one great big weapon there, and it fits right here in his hand. Should go in rather easily. Let's see here. I'm going to take this off because it's kind of getting in the way, but you should be able to just kind of push it in there like that, and then just attach this here like so. My hip joints on this guy are a little loose, a little on the loose side, but there you go. So now he's got his little blaster there. So let's go ahead and talk about the articulation on this guy. Actually, before we do that, let's do a little quick comparison, because I got his little best friend here, Scourge, or not Scourge, Cyclonus. We're talking about Scourge, not Cyclonus. But there's a Cyclonus there, so you kind of get a sense of the size of him. So he's a little shorter than Cyclonus there, but not a whole lot. So it looks like his head comes up to about the top of his chest there, to Cyclonus's chest. So yeah. Anyways, let's get him out of the way. Now let's talk about the articulation here. So pretty decent level of articulation. You can move the head left and right, kind of make it look up and down. It's like on a ball joint there, so it has a good range of motion. Rotate here at the shoulders, bend them like so. You can rotate here like this, and bend at the elbows, and the wrists here rotate around. Don't open and close. There's just like a little fist there with a hole. He does have waist rotation there because of the transformation. Hips are ball jointed. You can rotate, bend at the knees. The feet and ankles really just kind of go up and down like that because of the way it transforms. But not a bad level of articulation here for, you know, this guy here being a deluxe class figure. I think this guy could have been better if he was a Voyager class, though. I think it just would have probably looked better, especially the alt mode. I'd say definitely the robot mode's probably the better of the two modes compared to each other. I think the alt mode's a little lacking, but overall it's a cool figure. I'd say it's definitely one to get. If you're a big fan of Scourge, you'll definitely want to probably get him. And it's kind of a cool figure to have because it kind of adds another one to the original movie figures, you know, Cyclonus and Scourge, and now they got well, they already did Galvatron, but now you can kind of complete that set from the original movie. Anyway, so yeah, this is a good figure. I'd say go out and get them. He should be out in the stores now. And I think I'll do it here with my look at Transformers Generation Scourge.